It's been nearly 60 days since President Biden took office, and we here at BNC are committed to focusing on his administration's first 100 days for Black America. And one of President Biden's promises is police reform. Congresswoman from Michigan and second vice chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Brenda Lawrence, is with us now to talk about this. Good evening, Congresswoman, and welcome back to BNC.
Good evening. It's an honor to be with you tonight.
So we are excited to have you as well. So last week you all met with President Biden. What was that like for you and other members of the Black Caucus to finally visit the White House in 4 years? Because we know that wasn't the case with former President Trump.
Absolutely. It was energizing. It gave me so much hope. I want you to know that under the leadership of Cedric Richmond, when he was the chair of the Black Caucus, he took us to the White House to visit with Donald Trump. Because you remember his mantra was, "What do you have to lose, Black people?" Mm-hmm. And so we literally created a document and met with him. I can tell you the difference between these two administrations and these two presidents is glaring. It is unbelievable because Biden has a grasp of the issues. He showed compassion, he listened, and he understands legislation and what we can do.
I know that's probably the best thing for you all right now, trying to get some priorities handled. So, you know, Congresswoman, we know there are a number of things on the table that need some attention, especially for Black people across the nation. Voting rights, racial equity. You know, what did you all discuss about tackling first with the Biden administration?
We talked about gun control. We talked about the need to address disparities in health that we saw lead so many of our African Americans to the hospital during COVID and to die at a disproportionate rate. We talked about the education of our children. We talked about food deserts. And so every issue, the president was engaged and had a plan, and that was extremely hopeful. We wanted him to know that this transportation bill that's coming up, while we know the New Deal addressed the transportation challenge, infrastructure challenge in America, but it left pockets of poverty all over this country, that we did not expect that this time, and we expect that the Black America and the Black contractors will be included as we roll out these billions of dollars to fix our infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. And what about police reform? President Biden campaigned on it, talked about it a lot. Just last week, Daunte Wright was killed by police brutality. He said he's aiming to address within the first 100 days. How important is that right now to see some real change?
It's extremely important. And as you know, we have passed 2 bills in the House. We have passed the gun control bills and the George Floyd bill that will address this immunity issue that police think they live under. No one should have absolute immunity. When we look at a situation like what happened with George Floyd, we know that the responsibility of every police department to train and to hold accountable those bad police officers. That's how we're going to transform policing in America. You cannot have this silence throughout police departments when you know that this person is off the grid, not following protocol, using excessive violence in the community. And so the Senate now has an opportunity to make some changes and begin this process that we as America need to get on board. And the president understands that his challenge right now and his marching orders from us is to use all of his political experience and influence to get these bills passed in the Senate.
And you mentioned it now lies in the hands of the Senate right now. Do you think they'll pass the bill?
If I look at past experience, I would not be hopeful, but we have a new administration. We do have a majority. And so the opportunity, and I'm hopeful because I'm hearing there are discussions going on right now in the Senate between the independent and Republican members to reach some form of compromise. So I'm hopeful But I am not guaranteeing that it will be a slam dunk in the Senate, by no means.
And Congresswoman, before we let you go, really quickly, is the Black Caucus, while we're on verdict watch right now, are you all bracing for that verdict?
We are, and you'll hear from the Black Caucus a call for calm, because we must get through this. But we are not going to give up. We are not going to sit silent on this. But I don't want any more of my young or older African Americans locked up. As the heart is breaking as we are trying to navigate through the justice system, that we want them to know that we're there. And I also want to, before I leave, talk about having a vaccine, GOTV, get out the vaccine, that the Black Caucus will be rolling out. I'll be back on your show to tell everyone about, we're designating a week of May 1st through the 8th as GOTV for Black America to get their votes. If you love your mother, Mother's Day is coming up, get vaccinated to show your love.
And we definitely will bring you back to talk about that. Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for your time tonight.
Thank you. Be blessed.
You too.